Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of S.H.Figuarts Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. So this is the first of the Suicide Squad Figuarts that are out and that I've gotten. I know they're doing Joker, and I believe they announced Deadshot as an exclusive. I don't remember if they've announced anyone else yet, but so yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick look. I haven't done boxes in a bit, but I just wanted to go over and just show how sort of colorful this box is, and like it really, you know, captures the feel of the character in the movie. You got the little Daddy's Little Monster shirt all over it, or logo for the shirt over it, excuse me, and like there's the colors on it. Obviously a picture of the figure right there on the front with the name, logo. There's the sides, there's another picture of the figure, and then you got the back just showing you kind of stuff you can do with it. So yeah, it captures it well. I'm just going to kind of set it out of the side, off to the side, just in case the camera wants to steal focus from it. As for accessories, as you saw at the beginning, she does come with her bat, which is one of her signature things in the movie. She's got a couple different hand choices. You have like the standard hands on there, sort of just open, kind of like almost like I'm going to shake your hands, just sort of open slap hands, and then hands to hold like the bat or the gun and stuff like that. Speaking of, she also includes her gun as one of her weapon accessories. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus on that. Oh, that was actually closer than, or faster than it usually is. But it's pretty well detailed, which is really nice, as most Figuarts weapons usually are. And then you got two different alternative heads. They're not alternative faces, they're just alternative heads. So the way you do it is just by straight up pulling off the head, and you kind of got just kind of an open mouth, smiling face, and you can actually move the pigtails around. And I have to say, they've actually gotten quite a bit better at head sculpts. They've sort of been making steady progress ever since they've started doing more humanoid figures, and I think that this is no exception. So, oh, that's a thing. Alright, sorry about that. The camera went kind of crazy there for a second. And this is just kind of a standard, kind of like smug smile look. And again, you just kind of pop the head off and put it on there. So, that's nice. It's kind of nice to just have alternative heads and not have to worry about doing a weird, like, Dragon Ball face swap where you, like, pull off the front of the hair and then the face and then put the face back on and then put the front of the hair back on. And then for, like, default faces, which is what I just have on it now, is just kind of, well, just a default face. Just like a resting face. I think, like, the one that captures her look the best, like, this honestly looks pretty close to her, for me personally, but I think the one that captures her best is probably the smiling one, but yeah. But overall, it's a solid figure. You got your standard Figuarts articulation, so a nice ball joint here, the swiveling, the double elbow joint, you got the swiveling at the fist here, or the wrist rather, a nice leg joint here, double knee joint here, swiveling. You got a little bit of a ball joint here so you can move her foot around a bit. Not too much side to side, so like that's usually for when you do poses where you like have them doing a crazy crouchy pose, and if you need their ankle to turn a little bit, but you don't have that. You don't have the toe joint because this is one of a very few Figuarts I own that has heels on them. And then you have a little bit of the chest and waist articulation as well. It's a little bit hindered there, and you don't have a huge amount to do on the waist. This is just awkward. And then a nice, you know, head and neck articulation there. A little bit hindered, and like the collar piece comes off here, and like it kind of exposes her neck a little bit. But still, pretty standard stuff, and it's a solid mold. It doesn't feel like it's really cheap or loose or anything. It's not quite that level of like Figuart heft where you feel like this was really worth the money, but definitely solid. I don't feel like it's already loose or is going to become loose or anything like that. Detail-wise, I think they did a pretty good job on her. We already looked at the face, but like with the cloth there, they do a pretty good job at cloth. Like you have all these little folds in there that make it look like an actual cloth. You got tears there. The jacket here also has those little folds that make it look like cloth. And then they got the sort of shiny look of the jacket pretty well done. You obviously have a little bit of discrepancies there, but you can take care of that a little bit depending on how you pose it or if you're not pressing your jacket up like that. It's made of a bit of a flimsy material, so you can kind of get some flexibility out of that as well. This is like a really weird first time I've had like stockings as a Figuart feature, but they kind of did a nice job on the texture on that. You can see the tattoos as well, all the little details and like shoelaces on her boots and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a pretty well detailed Figuart. I'm pretty happy with it. I was excited about getting Figuarts for this movie, and like, you know, after I saw the movie I wanted figures of it, and so I was kind of anxious since the Black Series ones, or not the Black Series, that's Star Wars, you know, like the DC collectible series figures ones are on the shelf, and there's been multiple different alternatives out there since the movie came out, but since I usually get Figuarts, of course that falls over, I just kind of had to wait for it, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's not like I said, it's not one of those Figuarts where I have it and I feel that, man, this was really worth the money I spent, but that's not to say if you pick it up, you won't be happy with it. It's just, there's a certain feel Figuarts used to have, which I kind of have a hard time articulating to you guys, but overall I'm very pleased with it. I think it looks good, nice articulation, no loose joint problems. It's nice to have the swappable heads. They're getting pretty good, in my opinion, about the faces actually looking like faces and not weird. So yeah, if you're a fan of Harley Quinn and you are you know, a fan of Figuarts line, then I can definitely recommend checking it out. It's not an absolute must-have best figure art of all time, but it's very solid, and I'm happy with it for what I wanted. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure to have the Crazy Podcast at writersrangerambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.